It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show. And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, and I'm glad that you're watching this here today. I want you to be excited. Turn that TV up, turn your smartphone, turn the volume all the way up, not down, all the way up. And I want you to get excited, and I want you to pull you in to what's about to happen. We're going to transform everything that you're going to see. I got with me a high energy lady who's going to basically rock your socks off, the one and only Miss Ronicia Wilson. How you doing, ma'am?
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. How's everything?
I'm great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's talk about yourself, about you, the dynamics of what you got going on. Miss Wilson, the floor is yours.
Well, I started my wine company at 84 Grand LLC in about 2019, but I was too afraid to even do anything with it because I was like, no, nobody would believe in me. Nobody would buy from me. So I kind of put it off until it was supposed to be March 2020, but the pandemic hit. So, that took a big blow. By October of 2020, I decided, I'm like, hey, well, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to put it out there. Then I'm doing wine. So I guess I own a wine company. So I didn't know how I was going to do it when, because still the pandemic was still going on. There was a lot of places had like regulations on it. So, it was hard to kind of maneuver around. So about March 2021 of this year, a young lady hosted a pop-up shop. And that was my chance to debut my wine, which I did. So I debuted my wine, and the next day I got tested positive for COVID. So I got really sick, and it put the business on hold. So I was sick for about 2 months, from March up until May. The end of May, I relaunched it again, which I did a wine tasting out in Hollywood, South Carolina. I did that, and it was really great. But people started hitting me up about the wine, how much it cost, and wanted to know more about it. So I started advertising on Facebook, and that I have wine, and it's been doing really great. This past some weekends, I've sold a lot of bottles. My wine is going to be featured at a wedding now. So I want to expand more. So right now I'm just trying to get my name out there, trying to let everybody know that I'm doing wine. But in the future, I want to own, a winery, maybe a cigar lounge, things, spin off of things. But right now, just get my name out there.
I got you. Jumping out and starting your business. I mean, and I know it takes a leap of faith.
Yes, a lot.
It takes a lot of faith.
A lot.
A lot. So where can people get in contact with you to be able to purchase your product?
Well, right now they can get in contact with me through Facebook Messenger. I also have a 84 Grand LLC like page. Also on Instagram, the same name. They can reach me there. But most people hit me through Messenger, and they order, let me know what they want, and and I do deliver. Right now I can't ship, so I do a lot of local driving, and it's $15 per bottle, and also a $5 delivery fee. But majority of the people have supported, and really a lot. Everybody has supported, and it's getting great feedback.
I got you. And you mentioned about buying a winery. So with the winery, we always know that's a heavy task.
It's a lot.
You want to be the warehouse. You want to be the one who's providing that source. And then,
Yes.
you're doing some things. Now, like I said, again, people who are watching this right now, we already know that if you're going to do something, do it in your home. Don't overdo. Don't become an alcoholic. We want to definitely do it.
Fortunately for me, I am not an alcoholic. But I do have a lot of taste testers. Happy to be my taste testers. But Yeah, start small. Wine, I don't know about any other business, but wine is very expensive. It's a very expensive business to start, especially with the products, bottles, corks, labeling. Even though if you find it cheaper, it's still, costly to start. But when there's a will, there's a way. So, I always tell people, I've had, people discourage me from doing it. So this is why it took so long, because I wanted to start this when I was 18 years old. I decided I wanted to go into the wine business. And I was told by a school administrator that I should do something logical, like nursing or law enforcement.
Mm.
I know about being discouraged. So I advise people, just follow your dreams, follow your goals, because if you don't, then you're going to regret, listening to other people and wondering where you could be down the line.
Great. I mean, that's a testimony. I think a lot of times what we do is some people limit the fact of, what your dream is. If
Right.
if someone told you, my clothing line wouldn't be successful based off of, because I'm 18, things like that, we'll think about it. Nobody would got to the top if you didn't put your faith out there. Same thing with your business, same thing with music, everything across the board. So again, I would say keep your faith strong. And for those that are watching, you're looking at a woman of God who basically took it on her face, is trying to promote her business. And like I said, again, we want to make sure that we are not allowing the small foxes to spoil the vines, a biblical term. And we want to know that the Bible says, 2 Corinthians 5:7, for we walk by faith and not by sight. And it took someone who basically just encouraged you. And right now,
My mother.
Your
My
mother.
Yes, I have to give a good shout out to my mother. My mother is still my main cheerleader. It took from about 15, almost 20 years for me to get back to my original goal. But she told me, she's like, hey, working is all cool and all, but you told me one day that you wanted to own your own business. So we got to get it going. She's like, don't lose that dream. Don't be the shoulda, coulda, woulda. So my mother, big shout out to my mother, who's still my biggest supporter and my first investor. So,
Hey.
so I am very thankful for her. And she's my motivator, and my children, my son and my daughter, also, they motivate me to keep going.
Gotcha. And then question, the person who said that you weren't going to have what you have, can you still get in contact with that person?
That's funny. I met that person one time, and we spoke for 30 minutes. And for 30 minutes, this man told me what I could not do. He told me I could not start a wine business because Charleston is a small market, all the things I couldn't. And he discouraged me. And I wish I could see him now to prove that, it's possible. But I saw him once. I saw him once, and almost 20 years later, I wonder where he is.
Well, like I said, all you can do right now, I would say this, you would have sort of like what's called like a board. The person that says something to you, and then your faith smashing down on what they said that you could not do. And you keep looking at that. I remember when you told me that. You see it all the time in sports. You see the time in business. I remember that person, I couldn't make it, but then I made a difference. So you see,
right,
gentlemen, it's a walking testimony. Ms. Ronicia Wilson, we want to definitely give her kudos and keeping the faith. And for those that are watching, I want you to keep watching us, because our faith is going to elevate. Hey, this is all our time I got. My name is Calvin, the Logan Power Show, nationwide, worldwide. We love you. We'll see you soon.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.